Welcome to 2004, a podcast odyssey / film club. Today we're doing Chimes at Midnight, 1966, directed by Orson Welles, starring Orson Welles as
Orson Welles.
Essentially, essentially an alter ego, sort of,
kinda, yeah.
A Shakespearean character of John Falstaff who appeared in multiple.
Was it Jack? Bruh, it was Jack and John, wasn't it? Why do motherfuckers have so many names back then?
He was jacking my John off.
Is John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt?
John Jacob Jingleheimer Falstaff.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
People did.
Let's not get off on a bad foot. This character that reappeared in a couple of Shakespeare plays, and that's why this movie is sort of like a mixture of various Shakespeare historical plays.
It's like a Shakespeare mixtape, in a way.
No.
It's kind of like.
Say the chopped and screwed thing works better.
This is like a. Oh, okay.
Then.
This is like a remix album of Shakespeare's original content.
I guess, yeah, it works.
You know.
Yeah.
This is the B-side on the deluxe edition. You get this story.
The play. This was the film version after 2 unsuccessful attempts at doing what he did with this movie on stage.
Oh, okay.
He
was, and this is just to my own ignorance of Orson Welles. Was he did he also do theater?
He did theater before he did movies.
Okay, was he successful?
He came from the theater, yes.
Okay.
He was a theater guy and a radio guy.
Oh, yeah.
And then he did movies. And turns out he was quite good at all 3. But theater fades.
Yeah.
Unless it's filmed, but
yeah. But
they weren't filming him, so.
Which it makes
so now sense. We consider him one of the great directors of all time.
Yeah.
In radio, no one listens to radio, so no one really gives a shit. I mean, we know about some of the things he did on radio.
Yeah.
Like the War of the Worlds thing.
Wasn't that H.G. Wells?
No, that was him, nigga. H.G. Wells is the guy who wrote the story.
But Orson Welles read it?
Yes.
Okay. That always fucked me up.
Yeah, no. He wrote War of the Worlds. He wrote War of the Worlds in like 1890, nigga.
Oh, okay.
And then Orson Welles in like the late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
Like read the story on the radio.
Okay.
And he was like, "What? Is that actually happening?
Yeah.
I don't read."
Oh, did you hear about the UFOs in Philly?
Are you talking about people from Philly?
Right.
Those aliens.
Yeah.
Those illegal Mexicans that Philly is filled with. That's actually I'm just a really racist guy. And I just think that Philly's just overwhelmed with immigrants.
You ever been to Philly?
No.
No.
Bro, I would love a Philly cheesesteak. That's why I call the women in Philly. When I fill them with my cheese and steak. That's why I come off semen.
Bruh, I was actually posed...
Actually, I come cheese and steak. It's disgusting.
Cheese and steak?
Yeah, it stinks when I fuck. It stinks when I fuck. Ugh!
Jesus Christ.
These are meat bits? These are meat bits coming out of...
Are these rehydrated bacon bits?
What the fuck? Is that cheese? That's not cum. It's cheese.
I do appreciate that you did the fingers.
Yeah.
You did realistic fingers.
Yeah.
For that reenactment. So,
am I pregnant? Can I be pregnant with this? It might die inside of you. You might have a cheese steak baby that might die inside of you. It's not stable enough. It's made of cheese and steak.
Bruh, well, here's the thing.
Kill me. It actually comes out and it's like, kill me. It's like...
Because you don't come bred, your lovers don't have to worry about yeast infections.
Yeah.
But I was actually...
You have to worry about that with the bread fucker. The guy who does come bred.
Those French creep dudes that are into fucking you with 6-week-old baguettes.
It's just like one guy.
Oh.
I'm the guy that comes cheese and steak. And there's a guy that comes bread. He's not French. He's just an American guy from Ohio.
Migrated to Philly, for the steel industry.
And it's different bread every time too. You don't have no idea what kind of bread is going to come to you. It's like a game women like to play sometimes.
Have you ever heard of Philly cheesesteaks with mayonnaise? That's a thing.
Man, you've gone too far. Philly cheesesteaks in Philly are typically American cheese.
No, they're not.
They are actually.
They're Cheese Whiz.
Oh yeah, that's it.
They're Cheese Whiz or they're provolone.
Yeah, but that is.
There's a heated debate against them, or between them.
Yeah.
Also, anybody out there doing vegan Philly cheesesteaks yet?
Don't do them. I want Bobby.
Hit your boy up.
I don't
please.
want Bobby to have joy. So no.
Like, dog, I had a meatball sub for the first time in a long time last night. Shit was good.
Vegan?
No, it wasn't vegan, but it was vegetarian. We used real cheese and real bread.
Where'd you go?
Oh, we made them.
Oh, you made them?
Yeah, we made them.
What were them? Where'd you buy the
just at the store?
Vegetarian meatballs?
Yeah, they're a thing. They've been a thing. That was actually one of the first vegetarian things I ever ate. Like, fake meats I ever ate was vegetarian meatball subs. I don't remember the brand or anything. This was before, like, Impossible and everything. This was back. I was an early vegetarian. This
has been the early years of vegetarianism?
Yeah. It was like
when you were innovating
15.
on the vegetarian
I was like 15 or
front.
so. Front, yeah.
Speaking of fronts, there's a war in this film.
Yeah. There's a war going on outside.
You want to explain the plot of this film?
No man is safe from. So it's not a convoluted plot.
No.
When you break it down after.
No, it's pretty simple, really.
But what's confusing for it, at least
there's
for
a couple of names. The people share
like
names.
3 people with There's
a couple of Harrys.
There's a couple of Harrys and Henrys.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's 3.
And there's the Henderson family. There's Bigfoot.
Oh, I see. Yeah. But no. So ultimately, it's about it's realistically, it's about Prince Hal, Prince Henry.
Realistically, ultimately and realistically.
Ultimately and realistically, truthfully, it's about Hal.
It's about Hal and it's about Fastaff.
Yeah, it's about Hal.
It's about them two and their relationship mainly.
Yeah. But ultimately, Hal is heir to the throne. A throne that was just taken
by his father, Henry.
Yes.
Who took it from Richard III.
Yes.
In a previous Shakespeare play that's not covered in this film.
In the prequel to this film.
Yeah.
That Orson Welles never got around to making.
Yeah. But there's a great Ian McKellen film from the 90s, adaptation of Richard II. Is that Richard III? Fuck, I might be fucked it up.
Yeah, dude.
You know, the historical Shakespeare plays are not my expertise.
I'll be honest with you, the historical Shakespeare shit always fucks me up because, like, it's hard for me to understand both the historical context and the context within Shakespeare's plays.
Yeah, because it is, like, fictionalized, and it was made for actual royals that he was just trying to, like, please.
Impress? Yeah.
Like, I know the story you want me to tell, and I'm gonna tell it because I'm an entertainer.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get paid and live.
Yeah.
And fuck Anne Hathaway, who's looking great these days, even in her 40s.
Yeah, that was a thing on Twitter last night where people were like, "Yeah, I saw Anne Hathaway at Cannes, and she looks good for her age, and she's like 38.
Yeah.
And rich.
Yeah.
And y'all expect her to Y'all expect her to look like a crow?
Yeah.
A crone? She's over. Yeah. She's just a woman.
Also,
in her late 30s.
You know all curly-headed women age beautifully.
She's not curly-headed.
She is. Princess Diaries, dog. You remember her in Princess Diaries? Before she's the princess?
I don't.
Bruh.
Natural. I don't think she's naturally like that. I've never been for the movie.
No, she's naturally like that.
No, I'm looking it up.
She treats her hair. That's why she has cancer.
Right. Man, shut up, man. I'm gonna look this up.
Wait, who had cancer we were talking about earlier?
I don't know who the fuck is.
We were talking about somebody who had cancer. But anyway, so how being a 20-something-year-old fuckboy is hanging out with, just scum of the earth.
It's hanging out with thieves and sex workers.
Yeah.
With OnlyFans. Sorry.
With
we don't use the word whores in this house.
With OnlyFans that come visit
there are
them
no
at the
whores
brothel
in this house. There are sex workers. and women with OnlyFans. Women of OnlyFan persuasion is what we call sex workers in the South.
Bro, what is brothel a derogatory term?
It's a place for a
What do you-
place where prostitutes work.
And where everybody knows your name, yeah.
Yeah, that's what Cheers is about.
Yeah. Bro, that'd be a good brothel.
Cheers is
A Cheers themed brothel?
We were talking about watching the film because this movie takes place at the Boar's Head Tavern. A lot of the film.
Oh, okay.
That's Falstaff and Prince Hal's hangout for the majority of the film. It's a tavern.
Most of the film is set there.
And a brothel. Yeah.
One and the same back in those days,
Yeah.
I guess. Maybe.
Like how in westerns you would see it.
Yeah.
Which wasn't necessarily always the case in the western towns in the actual Old West.
Yeah.
But it did happen.
Yeah. No, I mean, why not?
Before they were supposedly civilized.
Yeah.
Finger quotes and doing.
Yeah, for me, so don't chastise your
So you don't
language.
fucking be the most annoying, pedantic person about the phrasing.
Well, I needed the context.
We've already had a lot of these conversations. A lot of this podcast just reiterate the conversation we had over the course of the day.
What else are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
You know?
We can't save all our conversation for you, all right? We're actual friends in real life. We're not like them comedy duos that don't speak to
Yeah, which is difficult.
or the
Is that like a
musicians that don't speak to each other.
thing? Like, that's weird to me. Like, you gotta have an ebb and a flow, right?
Yeah, you gotta have a hustle and flow.
You gotta have a Tia and Tamara Coleman.
What?
I have no clue. I
said hustle and flow like the movie Hustle and Flow.
Yeah, I know. I said Tia and Tamara.
Coleman?
Yeah, I don't have a clue why.
I said their last name is Maury.
Really?
Yeah. Coleman? Where'd you get Coleman from? Are you thinking of Gary Coleman?
Tia and Tamara Coleman?
They're not related to him. And their last name is not Coleman, it's Maury. Where
I don't know. Where'd
that come from?
I don't think that there's a
Yeah, it's Maury.
Yeah, no, I know. You're right. As soon as you said it, I knew you were right. You might be saying it wrong, but I don't know how to say it right.
Yeah,
either.
I don't know. Maui.
It's one of those. It's one of those words. But
you never born in Germany?
that's weird. They look like they are weird.
They look like they're weird.
They look like
they're
have
mixed
rich
race.
parents.
They're
Yeah.
mixed race, if that's what you mean. Is that what you mean by they looked weird? Is that what you meant by they looked weird?
No, they look like they have some weird background.
By
You know what I'm saying?
You mean mixed race?
Yeah. Yo, are they friends with
Zazie
Logic?
Beats. You know, it's a Zazie Beats situation.
It is.
No,
She
'Cause
got
their,
German?
their mom's Irish, and she's her mother. Her white mother is probably German.
Oh.
'Cause I believe she was like raised in Germany as a kid.
Oh, okay. There are a lot of black people in Germany.
Yeah, there are. There are black people in Germany.
Like after
I watched
World War II, there
I
was
watched
a lot
a
of-
movie not too long ago called Mephisto.
Mhm.
It was about an actor who like sells the soul, and that he continues acting once he's an actor in Weimar Republic, Germany.
Uh-huh.
Then the Nazis take over, and instead of fleeing underground like a lot of his other actor friends, he decides, yeah, but I can also still make money. Like, the Nazis like me. But at the same time, his girlfriend is a black German woman,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, well, you just gotta hide. It can still be my girl, you just gotta hide. And it's like, come on, man. Then, what the fuck is
Is
wrong
it
with you?
based off a real person?
No, it's
Okay.
a metaphor. But it's a made up story. But yeah. It's a good movie. But it's like Sell His Soul. It's coming. He plays Mephisto. It's the story of. It's like a weird, sort of like Faust, but not directly Faust.
What do you mean?
You know the story of Faust, right?
No, I don't.
It's the story of a dude that sells his soul to the devil for fame and riches.
Oh, I was thinking of.
It's an old German
Oh,
story.
okay. I was thinking of like the blues musician that sold his soul.
No.
That's who I relate that story to.
No.
Anytime they sell their soul, it's about
There's a dude named Faust,
guitar,
and
fiddle.
Mephisto is the devil in the story,
Mhm.
who convinced him to sell his story and sell his soul. And also, it's like the role that makes him really famous on stage. He repeatedly plays
okay.
Mephisto on stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
You saying it's a metaphor just sounded like a lit cigarette to me.
What?
Like, you remember in that John Green novel that got turned into a movie?
I've never read.
It's a
John
metaphor.
Green.
They like in the movie. There's a fucking cigarette, and she's like, "It's a metaphor. I'm not smoking it. It's a metaphor." Yeah, that fucking stupid shit.
Yeah.
It was you were the way you were explaining to me, and then saying it's a metaphor was just like that lit cigarette.
Yeah.
It's a metaphor. It made no sense.
John Green's coming of age romances.
Yeah.
They'll do anything for me.
Yeah, and they don't do anything for me either anymore.
All right. Before we get actually to the movie, let's talk about one more divergent topic.
Yeah.
Because it's just been on my mind. John Mulaney last night did a show in Ohio. He had, as a special guest appearance, a man who I think is more like an idol, that he's on the level enough that he could actually get him to do it now.
Yeah.
And that's the real reason he did it. Not because he's like secretly agrees with him or because he's like, he wants to hurt people or whatever.
He's not.
He just didn't
meeting Dave Chappelle at a DC pizza joint.
Yeah.
And disguising themselves as animatronics while they eat children.
What is this bit?
Been watching the QAnon documentary, and they talk about Pizzagate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, he invited Dave Chappelle out. Dave Chappelle, who then proceeded to do transphobic material. Terrible showing. Very disappointing, and I understand any trans person that's like, fuck John Mulaney for doing that.
Yeah.
Do I think he's a transphobe? No. Do I think there is any other reason for this other than this is my idol and I wanted them to be in my show? No. People have... I think if you put so much on this white heterosexual 40-year-old comedian that you expected him to live up to your idea of morality at all times. Like, well, he's a cheater. What'd you expect? Like, people started making decisions that... Why does he keep on making decisions that are going to destroy his career? None of the decisions that he's made are going to destroy his career.
I mean, you're still talking to him. Or you're still talking about him after he cheated on his wife.
Yeah. Like, cheating on your wife is not going to destroy his career. It hasn't destroyed so many other Hollywood men's careers. What are you talking about? People cheat all the time. It doesn't destroy careers.
People have fake marriages in Hollywood.
Unless you're talking about, like, a politician.
Even
like,
then,
if you cheat on your wife that had cancer, you're probably not going to be president ever.
Yeah.
Like that one, remember that dude, Republican dude who did that? Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like...
But...
Also, it's like he's getting a headliner, not the jokes the headliner has to perform, too. From his point of view, too. Like you get a headliner like that, it makes good about your show.
I don't know what you're saying right now. I literally cannot decipher the sentence you're saying right now. Rephrase that shit.
Okay, so like if you have a headliner as big as Dave Chappelle at your show, people are gonna want to go see him.
No, he's the headliner. It's his show. It was John Mulaney's show. He brought out Dave Chappelle as a surprise.
Okay, so maybe we didn't even know Chappelle was good. People didn't know Chappelle was good.
No, they didn't expect it. That's what...
He wasn't billed.
No.
Okay, so...
It was a surprise.
Because, like, I can imagine... Because, like,
definitely, I don't imagine the trans people that went to the show and who tweeted about it in the first place wouldn't have gone if they knew Chappelle was going to be there.
Oh,
it was a complete surprise.
It would have been more to do. There would have been
more of it to do.
More of it to do. Is what I'm trying to get out. You're right. Well, like Patton Oswalt, did a show where they were both on the bill, right?
Yeah, there's plenty of comedians that people like look up to as like good people, and as comedians they like. But then they're like, what, you're friends with the bad people? Like, yeah. They're comedians. You're not their friends. And they're not... They've probably known these people for years.
Yeah.
Like, niggas will be surprised when they learn that during the pandemic, not too long ago, there was like... Chappelle had a show back before Chappelle went full ham about the trans stuff.
Yeah.
And made himself and got himself, like...
Yeah.
hated as well. He had a show and he had Louis on it.
Yeah.
He had Louis and a couple other people on it. I can't remember every comedian on it. But I remember the big one for me was like Sarah Silverman was on it. Mm-hmm. People were like, "What? Sarah Silverman did it?" And it's like Sarah Silverman, who was friends with Louis before he got canceled, defended him when he got canceled. And also, yeah, of course she's still his friend. I know.
Yeah.
I mean, she's known him for years.
That's the thing. Like, people, there's a couple things to talk about. Like, people are multifaceted.
Yeah, and these people, they've also known these people for years.
Yeah, there are layers to people. You can be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And still be somebody's friend.
Yeah.
It's all about the context in which you're a piece of shit.
In which you know these people.
Yeah. Yeah. As well. I mean,
so I'm not at all. We are, and I am not. But Bobby, I know this is with Bobby's rant, but I am not at all defending even the idea to think it was okay to bring Chappelle out.
Yeah, it's kind of a dumb play.
That was very stupid.
It's very stupid.
Very stupid.
I mean, why? Why would you give him a cosign like that?
Yeah.
Even at a show.
Yeah.
Where there's no phones,
as a person that
like, you think motherfuckers aren't gonna, like, the first thing they do is
not gonna tweet about it once they get their phone back
immediately.
Exactly. And I, as a person that looked up to Dave Chappelle growing up, that thinks he is an incredibly talented stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
And same for John Mulaney. This is very disappointing news.
Yeah.
My mother, what's his name? Dave Chappelle was in town. In the town in which I live, not too long ago. Well, not in which I live. Next to the town I live.
Yeah.
But, you know, the big city next to the town.
Yeah, yeah.
And my mother went to that show. And she invited me to go. And I said no. Because I couldn't morally, you know.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I have no idea what Dave Chappelle's act. I didn't watch the special.
Yeah.
That was supposedly just nothing but anti-trans material. I still haven't watched it.
You shouldn't.
I have no interest in watching that.
I don't think you should. If you've heard all this about it, you shouldn't. At least don't watch it on Netflix.
Yeah.
Watch it pirated somewhere else.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get paid. If you're curious about it, watch it on a site that does not pay Dave Chappelle.
And I can't. And I have no idea that's his act now.
Yeah.
His act is nothing but that.
Which is, but kind of, you know, not to his defense by any means. He doubled down on it. And it's kind of funny, conceptually. Like, he's the transphobe dude.
Actually, that's not really funny, considering how terrible it is to be trans in this country. There's actually nothing even conceptually funny about it, considering that it's just a bigotry that he's dedicated himself to, and that's actually massively disappointing.
It's sadder. It's more sad than it is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a point. You know, and...
We didn't need to turn Dave Chappelle being a transphobe into a...
Like
I see the urge, but I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, it's really just sad.
Yeah.
It's sad
and
that he's wasting his talent
on
on this weird hate that he has.
Yeah.
It's terrible, and I don't know what to say. I really don't. It's terrible in this country. But back to Chimes at Midnight. This film shot in Spain on a low budget with terrible sound.
It's weird.
Both during.
Go ahead.
When they were shooting it, and then when they had to dub it afterwards.
Yeah.
Which apparently a lot of people's voices were just like.
Oh, dude! I was watching Lips. It was terrible.
With a lot of. That doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's.
I mean, for a film from the '60s, you got to give it a pass.
Yeah, shot for him. He had to shoot a lot of his shit for him. Hollywood pretty much rejected him after a couple of.
Oh, okay.
After he refused to work within them, he was a very combative guy. He made good movies, but he was just super combative with the studios, and they didn't want to deal with it.
Because I was gonna ask why it was shot in Spain. So he was just like all the production companies, all the studios were just like, nah.
Yeah.
We don't need this.
He's a fucking headache.
Yeah.
And so by the '60s, he was shooting for him a lot.
But I guess like Spain, if you think about it, can easily look like, you know,
England in the medieval.
Yeah, in the medieval. You just need fields, really.
The film was famous for its 6-minute Battle of Shrewsbury sequence.
which was great, honestly.
Yeah.
It was visually pleasing.
Yeah. He did all the camera tricks.
Yeah.
The slow downs, the speed ups.
For sure.
Look like a silent movie.
Yeah.
Charlie Chaplin appears, a little tramp appears out of nowhere, does a little ballet dance. So does Mr. Keaton shows up.
But I really did enjoy that sequence. I didn't.
Fatty Arbuckle appears.
Yeah.
Rapes a soldier to death in the mud.
I was thinking about Fatty Arbuckle earlier.
Yeah.
Just because of how massive George Orwell is. Orson Welles is. Yeah, I know. And as soon as it came out of my lips, I was like, that's the wrong... They sound similar.
Did you say that? That was not a bit.
That was not a bit. That came out of my mouth.
Oh,
genuinely.
Oh, yeah.
I knew it was wrong.
Yeah.
Orson Welles, George Orwell.
George Orwell?
Yeah.
George Orwell?
Yeah. Judge Orwell.
From Moral
It's my new Judge Dredd porno fanfic.
George
Orwell. Judge Orwell.
Judge Dredd, Moral Oral slash fic. It's like a crossover slash fic.
No, it's
Judge Dredd and Oral from
Judge
Moral
Dredd and Judge
sex.
Judy having sex, while but Judge Dredd is cucking the light skinned black judge. You know who I'm talking about on TV?
The fuck are you doing? What is this bit?
This is a fucking fever dream while you're homesick during daytime television.
I think my riff is funnier. So
Yeah, you're
that's gonna go
probably-
my way.
You
I'm
should.
gonna go my own way. My comic instincts are better than Bobby's, and I trust my instincts.
Jesus Christ.
Bobby's
So
Bobby's flounder all the time.
So we first see. Are we just
Is
gonna?
that
go
a
through
new
this one?
cut? The one of your
Yeah, the one.
elbow?
That's from.
Is that yesterday?
No. That one's from last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. You saw me with this, right?
Why you hurt yourself all the time?
Bruh, I fell skateboarding.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm a man-child.
27.
Yeah.
Still skateboard.
Yeah. Hopefully I don't die this
One day
year.
you're gonna have to put away childish.
No, I don't think so. Just continue to be a giant man-child.
Yeah.
You change who you are as a person, but you still do the things that bring you joy.
Yeah.
Even if they're childish.
Yeah.
So are we gonna go through the plot of this? Like, should I talk about the pilgrim scene, or should we jump a little ahead?
Oh yeah, the scene where John Wayne appears and just says Pilgrim.
Yeah. That
Where
scene where
Colin Mockery, or who is it? Ryan Stiles or Colin Mockery? Who does? No, it's Ryan Stiles.
Yeah, it's Ryan
Stiles
Stiles.
comes out and he just completely says,
Wait, tall
"Oh,
was Ryan
Pilgrim."
Stiles?
By the way, the Pilgrim thing is one scene in Who Shot Liberty Valance, an early '60s
Yeah.
like John Wayne Western.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great film, by the way.
Okay.
But he says it for like a couple scenes in that movie. It's one movie that he says it in. It wasn't a pattern. He didn't say this in other films.
What's great about it is like it shows. Because where did you get the bit? Did you get it from Whose Line?
Yes.
You got
Ryan
it from-
Stiles did it on Whose Line.
See, I didn't get it from Whose Line.
And you got it from Family Guy?
I got it from Family Guy,
which is
referencing Whose Line.
referencing Ryan Stiles saying.
On Whose Line.
Yeah.
And it's like.
That's cultural osmosis on
okay.
the various levels.
Yeah, I didn't know there was actually a term for that.
It's a term I took from TV tropes.
Okay. Well, it's TV tropes.
Yeah. They're useful terms.
Oh, dude, for
But
sure.
people hate that site. They treat
Why?
because some people do, like the way they critically evaluate things comes from TV tropes, and I use the terms.
Yeah, that's
But I
all
don't think
I've ever done with
that's
TV
all.
tropes.
I think it's useful for that. I don't think it's really, in its editorial tone can be slightly annoying, but it's like, it's whatever. It's not like it's a review site, really.
Yeah, I never really thought of it as a review site.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a
It's a
website
site.
talking about tropes from television
And TV
film.
tropes evolved from like a site that was just like trying to notice the traits in Joss Whedon's writing on Buffy.
Oh,
That's
really?
literally where it comes from. It used to be just a Buffy site.
I thought it was more anime based.
No, it was Buffy,
Okay.
and then it evolved from there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which makes sense.
a lot of internet fan culture and internet nerd culture comes from Buffy.
Yeah.
Buffy was like
It was
the
like
original.
it was like the
show
first
that
internet.
These niggas that the internet got obsessed with.
Yeah.
And so Joss Whedon is responsible for both the downfall of his career and the reason why nerd culture sucks so much.
Where's your phone?
It's right here next to my
Damn,
phone.
I felt that all the way over here. God damn.
Yeah, my phone's powerful.
Like
I think I'm sitting on it right now.
Riding your phone like a Sibian.
You don't sit on your phone. You ever put your phone on top of the dryer or the washing machine or whatever?
You ever sit on your phone so it falls asleep?
You ever put a brick in with your wet clothes in the dryer and just sit on the dryer?
You know that's how.
You ever put your phone, put a Sibian on top of your phone, on top of the dryer, in your car, all of that inside your car.
You ever put a pea at the bottom of, like, underneath your mattress and stack another mattress?
You ever
and
put
another mattress on top of it?
You ever put a duck inside of a turkey? You ever had a turducken? You ever put a pea inside a duck, inside a turkey? Put a bunch of mattresses on it? Put a Sibian on top of the mattress? Put your phone on top of that? Put a washer and dryer on top of those? And sit on that?
Jesus Christ. Put that in your seat and sit on it. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah.
But no, cultural osmosis is great for Family Guy. That's always one of my favorite things. Like, I learned so much cultural shit from Family Guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's so stupid. And there's that's our generation.
I learned a lot of Shakespeare stuff from, like, The Simpsons and shit.
Really?
Yeah, before I got actually into Shakespeare.
It
was like The Simpsons referencing and doing Treehouse of Horrors or whatever.
Oh, okay. I never. There were only a few years where I even followed The Simpsons.
Yeah. I've gone through periods of nerdy obsession with The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Good show.
You can't.
And its original form.
You can't knock The Simpsons.
We can now.
You can.
It's sold out completely and utterly, but.
Well, yeah, but, like, you can't.
I mean, it's not like it wasn't ever sold out, but it was funny at least. It had entertainment value as a show.
Yeah.
Because even in its earlier years, it was doing like, what's my favorite candy?
Reese's Cups?
No, it's not Reese's Cups actually.
Jelly beans?
No.
Gummy bears?
Chocolate bar.
What?
Butterfinger.
Butterfinger?
They were doing Butterfinger commercials.
Oh, yeah.
In its earliest years.
Yeah, how do you think they...
Its best years were when it was doing butter. The best Simpsons thing? The Butterfinger commercials. Not full episodes, just the commercials.
Yo, for real though, those Butterfinger BBs were the shit back in the day.
Yeah.
You remember those shits?
The Butterfinger what?
BBs?
Or
Like BBs, like a BB gun? Like a BB.
They were selling BB guns?
No, they were selling Butterfinger BBs. They were tiny, spherical Butterfingers.
Okay.
That came in a box.
Could you shoot them at people? Could you put them in a BB gun and shoot at people?
No, they weren't. They were too big.
You ever do?
You would need like a...
You ever did Simpsons Butterfinger laser tag?
For real though, those Butterfinger shits were the type though.
With a
Those Those Butterfinger shits were tight though. They were good shit, man.
They're my type though. You know,
I'm into the
when you eat a Butterfinger and it goes right through you. When you have a Butterfinger shit, that's my type though.
I like my girls like I like my Butterfinger. Full of toffee.
Giving me
straight vertical.
Giving me diarrhea.
You know, if you...
Butterfingers fuck my teeth up, but I love them.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, they hurt.
That's why the BBs were so good.
Oh, they're so painful, but so delicious.
And those, did you ever have, like, the crunch clusters?
No. What
It was like a crunch bar, but they were, like, little clusters.
Is that what your doctor told you about yesterday? Crunch clusters? Here's the delicious part of your body that we observed in your x-ray. So, next week, we'll need you to come in. We're going to cut you open. We're going to eat what's inside.
Bring skim milk next time, not full fat.
You're too busy being delicious. Why is that drawn together bit?
I don't know.
There's a character in Drawn Together. He's like a chocolate bar judge. And his catchphrase is, I'm too busy being delicious. That's it. That's his only bit. It still makes me laugh.
That's lovely. Yeah, that does remind me of Atlanta. They're eating hands.
Oh yeah, Bobby watched all of Atlanta, and he kept on talking to me about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm supposed to be impressed. Like, wow, Bobby, you truly understand what it's like to be black now, because you watched a full season of Atlanta.
I watched all of Atlanta. First off.
Yeah.
Now I know how it feels to be a nerdy black teen. Okay.
And it's a fun show. It's
is.
a good show.
Yeah.
But my favorite season, my favorite television of the year, still Succession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's not good.
Yeah.
I just don't have the emotional energy for it.
It's just too dark for you?
It's not that it's too dark. It's just that it's like
Too emotionally dark for you, is what you mean.
No, I don't even think it's too emotionally dark. I think I don't have the time to dedicate to feeling that. Like, I enjoy it. maybe that I'm being pedantic again.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't have that emotional energy for it.
Yeah.
I have to save my, emotional energy.
Were you crying when you were watching it?
I wasn't crying, but it's like a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's political, but it's also drawing you in with like the
family
relations.
dynamics, and it is a political show.
Yeah.
It's both commentary on the evils of the Fox News / Disney sort of corporation that Waystar Roy Cole is on the show.
Yeah.
As well as
do you think it's like supposed to have like your family is racist relations? Like you're like racist family dynamics? Is it supposed to be like everybody deals with their family and they're like all like they're...
It's about family dynamics. I don't know if it's necessarily about your family being racist. No. It's not talking about
so you're
not talking to the viewer.
You're telling me that Succession doesn't know that my parents are racist.
No, I don't
the writers.
I don't think they're thinking about you at all. No.
All right.
They are.
So they don't know my HBO Max.
The reason the families, which is nigger.
Yeah.
Nigger 14 words, like the top shooter. Nigger 14.
Jesus Christ. Damn, that was dark.
Yeah.
That was dark. I did make a Topps trading card joke.
I know you forget things after you said them over the course of the day, but I recall everything I said over the course of the day. And then I bring it up at the end for the show.
Do you do callbacks to like other people?
Huh?
Do you do callbacks like your show's a TV show? Or like your life's a TV show?
From other people?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, do you do callbacks to
from other conversations I've had with people?
From other conversations
and other conversations with new people?
Other people, yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
Just for your own self?
Yeah, for my own self.
Just for...
Yeah, I do bits to amuse me exclusively, yeah.
Yeah, no, I like... Those are the best bits sometimes for you, for yourself. Like,
and jokes for me.
Yeah, the best.
Yeah.
The best. And you can't explain them to anyone. You just look weird.
Sometimes they don't work. And
yeah.
Also you realize, why'd I do that? That doesn't even work with anybody here. Like, I want a cigarette. Wait, none of these people know me. They don't know I don't smoke. This bit doesn't work. I did that once. So
really? Did you take the cigarette?
No.
Oh, you just immediately killed the bit.
Yeah, I was like, how the fuck did I do that? These people don't know me. And
that's
they don't
why
know
I've smoked 3 cigarettes in my life. It's from doing that bit.
That you want a cigarette?
Yeah.
That you didn't really want one?
Yeah. And I didn't call back. Or I didn't hold back.
No, I'll just stop myself from doing something.
I doubled down.
Yeah.
I will say though, I was thinking about this recently. All the cigarettes I have smoked, like in whole.
To all the boys, all the cigarettes that Bobby has smoked. A new series of coming of age, like teen romances on Netflix.
It's just me coughing for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's you doing Chinese face. You're the new protagonist of all the boys I've loved before. They tape your eyes, and you're the new you're that teenage girl from the movie. And you're also the girl from Kissing Booth.
Same actress.
Yeah, you're what's her name? Sam King or something?
I don't even know.
I think her name.
Yeah,
I think her name's Some King.
No clue. Some Young King.
Some Young King.
Some Young King.
I know I didn't say a Korean name. I said what? The Kissing Booth girl. What's her name?
No, Some Young King is all No.
That sounds like a Korean name.
It does. But I was saying like some young king, like you're talking to a.
So it's not SUMUNG.
YUENG.
King.
Yeah. No, in my head it was SOMEYOUNG King.
All right. Yeah.
I was thinking like a
Joey
teenage
King.
black man.
That's her name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
all right. So
all the cigarettes.
Let's do this real quick.
Worst cigarettes.
Let's do this real quick. Is she cute?
Okay.
It's fucked up. Like, is she cute?
Let me see. Let me work an answer out.
She's 22.
That's.
Just tell you her age so you don't.
Yeah. Okay.
So you know her age.
Hold on a second. You know what's fucked? Bro, have you seen that QAnon documentary?
No, I'm not really interested in watching.
Have you ever? Do you know the? Have you ever seen?
I see all these.
But have you seen the dude who founded 8chan?
Yeah.
The dude with like, he's like a little person. He's in a wheelchair.
No. You don't.
I'm talking about that dude.
No, I'm not. I don't really.
She looks like him. Is the fucking funny thing I was trying to say.
8chan founder?
I want to say it's the dude who founded 8chan.
You can't found. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he created the forum site. Yeah.
Oh wait, what?
Wait, let me see.
She looks like this dude.
Yeah.
How's he feel about 8chan now?
He's not super pumped.
Yeah. It's just like what happened with the guy who made 4chan, who also repudiated it later on.
Yeah.
It's also like I created a monster. It's crazy.
Yeah.
These are just forums.
Yeah.
And they meant no harm when they made them.
Yeah.
But then they just got taken over.
Yeah.
And then later on they gotta go, I don't know. It's just like, but it's not like, because before we recorded, we saw a meme about Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Who later on felt bad about helping create the atomic bomb, but also he knew he was making a fucking bomb, right?
Yeah.
You knew you were making a bomb. He knew he was making a bomb.
Yeah. He knew he was making a bomb.
Frederick Brennan and the 4chan dude.
Yeah.
They were just making a forum.
Yeah.
They just want to talk about anime.
Well, so here's the thing. He made 8chan because shit was getting a little too much on 4chan.
Yeah.
But his like whole thing was like, I don't know. He's weird in the documentary, but like there's a lot of shit about like freedom of speech.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're like, I didn't mean to drop my keyboard like that. But at the same time, like they didn't know what other people want to do with freedom of speech. Like he was even like on websites like just getting into internet culture because he had nothing to do.
Yeah. And
so, he got, just like we did as teenagers, or I did as a teenager, you become desensitized towards terrible, terrible shit. And, I think he's a victim of that. But
he's gone through.
To go this crazy.
Frederick Brennan seems like he's gone through a lot. I'm just reading his Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
Not only the fact that he is, I don't know what.
He was like born with some like rare genetic mutation that causes him like not to grow properly.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, it said he was pretty much bound to the internet from the age of 6 is what he said.
Yeah.
He taught himself the code in his first independent computer program at the age of 13. Yeah. When he was a regular 4chan user since he was 12.
Yeah.
Okay, he was born with osteogenesis imperfecta, brittle bone disease, which stunted his growth and requires him to use a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this is the worst story. Listen, this is what happened to him. Okay, I'm trying to read this. Okay, in January 2014, Brennan was robbed of almost $5,000 that he was saving up for a new wheelchair. When the suspect was arrested, Brennan went to the police station for a lineup, but when a bus did not come on the way back, he was left stranded in the snow and later had to be treated for hypothermia.
Damn.
Like, the fuck? He got robbed of money for a new wheelchair.
Yeah.
Here. But when after he did the lineup, the bus didn't come and he was stranded in the snow. He got hypothermia. The fuck?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He received a personal apology from the New York police commissioner. And
then they frisked him afterwards because Giuliani was married.
He wrote in 2014 supporting involuntary sterilization of people with similar severe inheritable genetic conditions. In the article, Brennan states that only the Daily Stormer, a white supremacist and neo-Nazi website, would agree to publish it. He developed the hatred of his parents for his life of constant pain, stating in an article for Tortoise Media in 2019. I don't want to speak for everybody with a disability, but I hate being disabled, and I always have. He later became a Christian and ceased to believe in encouraging sterilization. In 2019, he considered having a child with his wife, but maintains he still believes in genetic testing for prospective parents with disabilities. He's going to do a lot in his brain, in this thinking process is going to do a lot, both bad and for good.
Yeah.
He used to, in the early 10s, used to be a libertarian, but also believes that the libertarian is the reason why HN developed a terrible environment.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it did.
That's exactly
In
why.
2016, he supported Bernie Sanders. He's currently living in the Philippines and is learning Tagalog right now.
I mean, you know, hey, at least he's coming out on the other side.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't think you should force sterilization.
No, you shouldn't.
You should force sterilization.
He agrees with that now.
Any type.
No, you shouldn't.
But you should also, as a person, understand your responsibility in having children. Also understand quality of life.
Yeah.
And also get tested for your genetic mutations and anything that may happen.
Well, he knows he has a genetic mutation.
Exactly.
That's why he said that shit. But
I'm saying, like, everyone should.
Yeah.
If you're planning on having children,
yeah.
Again, planning, you can't hold anybody who wasn't planning who got pregnant, you know.
Yeah,
be,
so
like, shitty to them about
this
it.
nigga's Q. This nigga's the one that created the Q myth.
No.
Jim Watkins. This dude.
That's who most people think is.
Yeah, he doesn't know shit, but he's the one that's responsible for it.
Yeah.
So like more. I think most definitely it's him.
Yeah.
All right, enough of that. Stupid shit in real life.
Yeah.
But back to this movie, the Shakespeare movie, in which the dialogue is sometimes hard to hear.
Yeah. Very much so.
But what did you think?
What did I think?
Yeah.
Of the film?
Yes.
So, and I know I've let less things impact my rating before, but I am not gonna allow my, ignorance or lack of understanding of Old English to influence my rating here. Visually,
yeah.
I don't want to even talk about it just visually. Altogether, I do believe this film, I would say about a 4.
Yeah.
On my scale.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was visually stunning. It's hard for me to feel the emotional impact. It's hard for me to feel the comedic impact of anything that I don't understand necessarily.
Yeah.
Especially words that I understand being used in ways I don't understand them.
Mm-hmm.
Is the struggle I have, of course, with Old English.
Well, this is not Old English. It's specifically iambic pentameter, Shakespeare's style of dialogue. It's not just
Old English.
We're not hearing just Old English. When you watch a Shakespeare play, you're specifically hearing what Shakespeare does.
What is it called?
Iambic pentameter.
Iambic pentameter?
Yeah.
Iambic pentameter?
We never in a class where the teacher
I've heard it.
taught you that
for
repeatedly
sure,
over and over again.
I just, I don't know. I need to see it written out.
Yeah.
But I just have a hard time with it. I always have.
Yeah.
It's one of those things I've never dedicated to learn.
Yeah.
Dedicated myself to learn. It was fun to watch. what I could understand of it, well, I understood most of it.
And we didn't even explain the plot.
We really didn't.
We really got so distracted talking about so many other things.
Yeah.
But the plot concerns, where did we leave off on the plot?
So
Henry
took over Richard
II.
And now Henry...
And he got his Richard II's son in jail in Wales.
Yeah.
And
because he knows...
His cousins visited and were like, hey, let him go. And let him be king. The Percys.
Yeah.
What the Percys...
The Percys lead the rebellion.
Yeah, but what's the Percy dad's name?
Percy dad was
not Hotspur.
Northumberland.
Northumberland, yeah, and his son Hotspur,
yeah.
or
Harry or Henry, Percy. Yeah. So they want, of course, what's his name?
They want Mortimer, the son of Richard II, as the actual proper king.
Exactly.
And when not only does he say that not only is he not the proper king and I'm not releasing him, go fuck yourself, get out of my kingdom, they this really pisses off. This really pisses them off, but it especially pisses off Hotspur.
Yeah.
Who got really hot about it.
Yeah.
Got really tight about it.
Yeah.
More like Tightspur.
Tightspur? Oh. So he wants to lead a revolt. At the same time, we have King Henry, the current king, who's dying.
No, he's not dying until later on with him.
Oh, okay.
That's after the battle.
That's after the battle?
Yes.
So the battle is just against the revolt, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
this is several plays put together.
Okay.
So these things happened in different plays. The battle happens in a different play. The stuff with all that shit happens later on.
So they have the battle for the revolt.
But
Hal, the prince.
I think the most important relationship and plot of the movie is the relationship between Prince Hal, Henry, the king's son, the heir to the throne, in his relationship with John Falstaff, Welles' character.
Yeah. And that relationship is just...
Orson Welles.
Yeah, Orson Welles.
Orson Welles.
Orson?
So you don't say
Welles.
some other fucking name.
So, Falstaff is sort of like a father figure to Hal, in that he's a drunken mess, just like Hal is.
Well, he called him... There are several points where he calls him a misleader of youth.
Yeah.
He's insults him a lot. He clearly loves him, but he also has conflicted feelings.
Yeah.
Because he's sort of bipolar towards him the entire movie.
Who?
Hal.
Towards who?
Hal is towards Falstaff.
Okay. Because you could say the same thing about Falstaff.
Falstaff?
Yeah, Falstaff.
So, Falstaff.
Yeah, no, I fucked it up. There's a lot of H names here.
Falstaff is... I think it feels less bipolar with Falstaff. I think he's just like... That's how he talks to people.
Yeah, but he kind of fucks him over.
Yeah, he's a dirty dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is dirty. He's a crook. He's a crook and a drunk.
He's just trying to make his ends.
Yeah.
He's just trying to,
Yeah, but he's
keep partying.
He's a dirty crook.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. He's a dirty crook.
Okay.
He's a thief.
Yeah.
He's a drunk.
He's gonna act like a thief and a drunk.
Yeah. And he just treats people kind of sloppily.
Yeah.
He treats the lady who runs the Boar's Head Inn that he stays in all the time, calls her names.
Yes.
Just like on a moment's notice, sweet to her, and then he doesn't pay her debts to her.
Yeah.
He's rude. He's sweet to her, then he's rude to her, and there's no real rhyme or reason. I think Falstaff just treats people like shit.
He's like
casual like, and it's not really like it doesn't feel. And that is how Hal treats him as well. But there is a weird... Hal switches between not meaning it, where he just does it because that's just their relationship.
Yeah.
Where he'll just like prank him, he'll just rob the money he just stole.
Yeah.
And then give it back.
Yeah.
And then also going, I will one day clean my act up.
Yeah.
And I will reject you, and I will reject all of this. Which eventually he does do at the end of the movie.
And I kind of felt towards the end of the movie that, like, Falstaff is a side of Hal.
It is a side of Hal. He's rejecting a side of himself.
Yeah, and he's kind of saying goodbye.
Yeah.
To that side of himself.
And in the process, after his real father died, his father figure, Hal dies because of his rejection.
So they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The movie pretty much states that he dies from broken heart.
Yeah. Which his heart was broken from,
his son rejecting him, essentially.
Yeah, that and the excess
of being a fat fuck.
Yeah.
This movie, and just Shakespeare's writing.
Yeah.
Shakespeare loves this character.
Yeah.
But he'll shit on this character. He insists that you know this character is an old guy, and he's fat as fuck. So many names. You fat gut. Yeah. You corpulent piece of shit.
Just like
no cursing really, but just every other.
Just the most articulate fat jokes about this man. Like, and it's I don't know. I guess it's funny because Orson Welles, cast himself.
Yeah.
And wrote this
because
with himself in mind. I'm sure.
Orson Welles. It's not the first time Orson Welles cast himself in his latter years as a fat, dirty man.
Yeah.
Orson Welles was a man who was insanely talented.
Yeah.
At literally anything he did. When he went from the stage and the radio, then movies, knocked out of the park first try with Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
And kept on doing the same.
Yeah.
Even though
it's hard to
literally immediately after Citizen Kane, the studios, because he was so ambitious and because he was such a guy to want to do what he wanted to do with his movies, but he had to work within the studio system.
Yeah.
And he was so unwilling to compromise with the studios. He was incredibly combative.
Yeah.
I get the sense from Orson Welles, from what I know, what I've read, that he probably could have had a good career with the studio system if he didn't fight the studio at every possible time.
And there's something to be respected about that, I think.
Oh, for sure.
But also, I think there is a lot that's not respectable about Orson Welles.
Oh yeah, he was a mean guy.
Yeah.
He treated people terribly.
Yeah. You can be a good artist and be a piece of shit.
Yeah, he cheated on his wife and shit. Yeah.
A guy his age will take any action he can get, His age and shape. He shouldn't.
He has some pretty hot wives, guys. You don't really know. He's married to Rita Hayworth.
Okay.
You look up Rita Hayworth right now.
Wait, Rita Hayworth, the fake white?
Yeah. Look her up. Look her up. You
know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the Hispanic lady that
Margarita.
Herself. Yeah.
His last name is Margarita.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hot as fuck.
Yeah.
He's married to her.
Oh damn.
But
was that P money?
Don't do it. Don't try to force references.
That's like the two things I know about Orson Welles.
Don't try to force Atlanta references.
Oh, the P. Oh shit! Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah. Okay. Yo, for real though, bruh, you need to be giving.
You think I'd be doing that if I have money?
No, I think you should be, you should be on Craigslist posting ads, getting that money. I'm serious, man. You're mid-20s, you could pass. I think you're a twink.
I'm not a twink at all.
You're not a twink?
No.
You don't shave necessarily, so.
Yeah.
Is there a name for you? Is there you an otter?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm serious, man. You can make that P money.
Let's not get into sexual kink stuff. We don't need to get super.
Bro, I'm just saying.
We're gonna do sex bits. We're not gonna do this weird. I should prostitute my bit every time.
All right.
Prostitute myself bit.
I mean, hey man, I'm just saying it's good money. You like water?
What'd you think of Orson Welles' performance as Falstaff?
It was great. Yeah. He was lovely. He's a fucking talented actor.
Yeah.
But which also goes, his his work in theater, of course.
Yeah.
He's got the voice.
He does.
He's got the big bolstering voice.
He had a crazy voice. Yeah.
Yeah. He could most definitely. He could get very gruesome almost.
He had gravitas.
Gravitas, yeah. Very brooding, scary if you wanted to be, but also joyous as a fat man can be, jolly.
He loved food.
Yeah.
And he was a big man in real life. These weren't pounds. It wasn't a fat suit. It weren't pounds he put on for a movie.
I was going to
That's what he
ask,
was.
some of it did look fake.
It wasn't.
Some of it looked like they put a pillow on him to
There
make
was
it
no
stiffer.
pillow. He was a big
He
dude.
was just that big.
Yeah.
Damn.
And, I mean, they did, like that one scene where he's going down the stairs.
Yeah.
And the inn. I think those walls are probably, like set walls.
Yeah.
So just to make it look like, you gotta come down the stage looking like that. Like that. And also the suit of armor. It's a very funny suit of armor.
It is. I hope somebody owns that somewhere.
Yeah.
I did a quick Google search. I couldn't find much.
What if, what's his face? David Byrne had worn that and stopped making sense instead of the big suit.
Would have been just as good, I think.
Yeah.
It would have been just as good, if not a little bit better.
Yeah.
Also, it'd be like another layer to the Talking Heads.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like, it's cool. Like, it would be something David Byrne would own.
Yep.
If you didn't know him, it sounds like something an eccentric guy like him would be into.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like if we
what's the difference between being just autistic or
and being
an eccentric? Because David Burns is autistic. So.
I feel like if we approach David Byrne with the concept of that, he'd be all for it.
Yeah.
He would jump at the bit to put a bid on that Orson Welles suit of armor. Bruh, I bet you can make it, like, you can make a small vehicle out of that.
I want to wear it.
Yeah, it'd be fucking fun.
Yeah.
I wonder, I'm sure that you could probably buy, like, a suit of armor for, like, a bigger person, like XL, like, plus size suits of armor.
XL armor.
Triple XL armor.
I'm going to start going to stores and asking where the armor is. Go to Old Navy. Hey, where's your suits of armor?
Suits of armor?
Yeah.
Not armor. Don't ask about, like, body armor.
Yeah.
Or, like, anything about, like...
Yeah.
Like
where's your
vest.
suits of armor?
Where's your suits of armor?
For, like, a chivalric knight. You know?
A chivalric knight.
Yeah.
Hey, chivalry's not dead, man. Jesus Christ.
Chivalry. My stripper friend. She is dead.
I think it'd be fun. Like, you should go to a sheet metal place. Actually, that makes too much sense.
Just making it.
Yeah.
Sweating. What can I help you? What do you need, officer?
Oh, you need the serial numbers filed off of this? I didn't see anything. I didn't see the money you're handing me.
No. What do you have in your notes?
Really
you got any notes you want to say?
It's really just the plot. When Falstaff gathers the men for his militia, are they slaves?
No.
They're just people that signed up?
Just extra men. That's what Falstaff wanted. For some reason, he wanted to be part of the war, and he wanted to fight. And all his soldiers are just like dudes that are around. Nobody wanted. Sick guys. There's a dude that tried to say some disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, was this like a draft situation? Like anybody?
They'll just take anybody, yeah.
Like in the kingdom, like if
you're a male and you're in a kingdom,
you serve.
Yeah. And Falstaff wanted his own little
militia.
Well, not militia. It's called it's not militia. The term's not militia. It's like troop.
I guess. I don't know how knight shit works.
No, it's not just knights. It's just like army stuff. What do they call it?
Platoon. Splatoon.
No.
Squadron?
Something like it, yeah. Whatever. He wanted his own little island of misfit toys for some reason.
So, I noted, and this was just me preemptively thinking, when Hal goes to see his father, right before he dies, when he assumed he was dead, I assumed he was dead.
He takes the crown.
He takes the crown, and then Henry dies. We're good.
Yeah.
It just timed out. But I didn't. At first, I thought he was already dead, and it was like a convenient plot thing. And then he goes on to be alive,
give a speech,
and then die.
Forgive his son,
and then die. Yeah. Which I guess is more Shakespearean.
Yeah. Niggas love giving speeches right before they die.
Yeah.
In Shakespeare.
Which I guess that's what...
Have you ever seen a full production of Hamlet?
No. Only full production of any Shakespeare has been Othello. That I've seen.
Because it's the shortest of the tragedies?
It was just the one that I actually saw. I was in a theater appreciation class, and my TA...
They took you to actually see an actual...
No, it was... We had to go see certain
Was it a movie
ones.
or a play?
It was a play. It's a
Okay.
production. But you had to go see one production. There were 3 productions during that semester. You had to go see one of them and like write shit about it.
Yeah.
And since my TA was Othello,
Your TA was Othello?
yeah, I went and saw it.
His name was Othello?
No, he played Othello.
Oh.
He was a teacher's assistant.
And he wasn't.
But he was in the
He
master's
wasn't the
program.
character from the play.
Not in real life, no. He was I believe a Turkish
He didn't.
man.
He could control his ambition. His wife didn't be like, "Hey, you gotta do the craziest shit now. You just got promoted. You now gotta start killing niggas. The kid come king."
He did have a child while he was our TA.
And then his wife like killed that bitch.
But that lady was in Nashville because he's from Nashville.
Yeah.
And he was up in Louisville. For
That's what I
his
call
master's.
That's what I call some Nashville hot chicken.
Okay.
When you're what?
Jesus. And then he also doesn't Hal kind of free Falstaff
What do you
of his
mean?
banishment at the end?
No.
Isn't he like
No. He banished him.
no? But
And he said if you fix your shit, if you clean up,
yeah.
then maybe.
But no, he tells dude right before he finds out that he's dead. He tells like his underling to free Falstaff.
Oh.
I think they reverse the banishment.
Well, it was too late
Yeah.
by then, yeah.
But I think that was like a, kind of a, he has the regrets for it.
Yeah.
But it should be dead. That side of him should be dead as well.
That is how the play feels, yeah.
Yeah, it's a country.
Because he's got to run a country now.
Yeah, he's got to invade France.
Got this, the play, the history plays were Shakespeare just writing the history for the victors.
Yeah.
Is what they really were.
Yeah.
And there's some class issues that I thought were brought up interesting and some behind the fourth wall. A guy formerly associated with Nostalgia Critic, that guy with the glasses website,
Yeah.
who may or may not be a fucked up guy, but I'm not. So I don't know.
I don't know anything about it.
I just heard some weird things.
Probably.
Who knows?
Who knows? It's the internet. It's a weird place.
Yeah, but I give this film. I enjoy this. I'm a Shakespeare lover.
Yeah.
I love this, so I give this 5 stars.
I'm not letting. My lack of understanding of Shakespeare makes it difficult for me to see this, but I'm not rating that against it.
Yeah.
But I will say that does only allow me to appreciate this film
Yeah.
at a 4 out of 5 stance.
Gotcha.
Had I if I were to verse myself in more Shakespeare, watch more Shakespeare, understand things a little better. Also, upon watching this a second time, I feel as though I might like it a little bit more, but also I might not.
Yeah.
I really don't know on this one.
There is a production of Hamlet. I'm gonna make you watch one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this film is stunning. Even its grotesque, gross shots of fucking Orson Welles' fucking
An old man faces.
gross ass nose.
Yeah.
His cancerous nose.
Just old man faces.
Yeah.
Just all fucked up.
Lovely. The high
Ripped up.
contrast was a great choice.
Yeah.
In black and white. I think the black and white helps the medieval feel.
Yeah.
I mean, not only is it a good tactic to use if you're on a budget, but like fuck, man, like it makes you kind of feel. I don't know. It feels almost like shit. What was the first fucking film we even watched for this project? Joan of Arc.
Oh yeah, Passion of Joan of Arc.
Passion of Joan of Arc. It kind of feels like that. It feels dirty. It feels grimier.
Yeah.
Because of the black and white. And I feel like if this was shot in color, I would have made a lot more Monty Python jokes.
Yeah.
If it was like
your dad.
like
You probably would enjoy Kenneth Branagh's version of Henry the Fifth.
Why do you say that?
I mean, it's essentially one of the plays that's depicted in this.
Well, yeah, but why do you say that after?
It's in color. It's from like the late 80s, early 90s.
But it doesn't look like Monty Python?
It's a little grimy on the sometimes.
Oh, okay.
When it's portrayal of the...
More so on the grime of the Middle Ages?
A little bit.
You're talking to? Okay.
Yeah.
I did really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a fascinating one. Honestly, there's a lot to it. This is my first Orson Welles.
Yeah.
So,
I think there's a couple more Orson Welles on the list. Well, not a couple more, but they'll make one more.
With him in it, or him just as director?
In it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
There's that that's a fake. I'll consider one of the weird... It's a weird essay/documentary film that he made.
Uh-huh. So it's going to be a lot of him talking?
Huh?
It's going to be a lot of him talking?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. About what's fake, what's real.
Oh, that sounds fascinating, actually.
And about his role as an artist and stuff like that. It's also about him. It's
well, he's going to make it about himself.
Yeah.
This doesn't surprise me.
Big narcissistic artist that's earned it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, next week we'll probably be doing Godard for the Patreon.
Godard?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to do Alphaville and Pyrio Lafau? I don't know.
I'd have to see it right now.
Yeah.
Cool. This has been 2004 Podcast Odyssey. Check us out. I believe we're doing this one on YouTube. I'll make some time for it.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. This will be easy to Photoshop some shit for. So.
I'm Javon Gordon.
I'm Bobby DeVore.
Farewell.
Fare thee well.